Now, there's some myths about marriage and relationships that I just want to quickly walk through, just to open up your mind to possibilities of what will happen in this series. One myth is that we expect exactly the same thing from marriage. Singles make this mistake a lot of the time. When you get into a relationship, you have all this list of expectation and all that, and you think that the person you want to date or that you want to marry has the same expectation. No. They may not have the same expectation. And in marriage right now, the reason why a lot of marriages are in trouble and people are struggling is because you think whatever you like, your spouse must like. What you are expecting is what your spouse is expecting. And rather than clarifying expectation by discovering ourselves and then aligning, our expectations, people just think they can go on just like that without clarifying your expectation, aspiration, preferences, priorities, needs, and expectations, because we will not always expect the same thing. Secondly, people also think that everything good in our relationship will get better. Everything good in our relationship will get better. And I want you to understand that it takes knowledge, it takes wisdom to move things from good to better and to best, if there's anything like that. So anything good, everything good around our relationship, whether married or single, everything good around my relational life will not just get better. It takes intentionality, it takes covenant understanding, covenant perspective to move things forward, to make things get better. Thirdly, is that every bad thing in my life will disappear, especially singles. When I get married, every bad thing in my life will just disappear. Yeah. And some people are still suffering from it right now, and they're married. Because you have assumed that when you get married, your loneliness will be cured. Now you are wondering why you are married and you still feel lonely. Yeah. And then you start to react to your spouse that you are here, I can't feel you. I can't feel you. It's like you have lost the capacity to feel even before you got married. Because many people don't know that marriage is not a cure for loneliness. It's just to create an atmosphere for connection. And it's left for you whether you want to connect or not. And at what level and how deeply you have created capacity to connect. It's just to create that atmosphere. Marriage is not a cure for loneliness. Sometimes loneliness is caused by the loss of capacity to connect with other human beings and to live in your own world. And the presence of another human being will not necessarily change it if you are not growing your capacity to connect. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying today. Yeah. Somebody stay here. Are you getting blessed today? Yeah, I know this is it's a bit hard, so if you are quiet, God is here. I can feel God here, this atmosphere. Glory be to Jesus. I said, glory be to Jesus. Another one is my spouse will make me whole. My spouse will make me whole. But I've come here today and in this series to challenge everyone listening to me globally in all of our family around the world that you need to take responsibility for your wholeness. And that starts from when you're single, even into when you get married. We continue to take responsibility for our wholeness. My spouse is not here to make me whole. He or she is just the helper. It's if I want to receive help. The fact that you have a helper does not mean that you will receive help. There are people, in my old life, working and being trained as an engineer and working in oil and gas, one of the things you have to do is to learn to swim, especially as an engineer that will go on offshore oil rigs and all that. And in my swimming training, there are many things that were taught. In survival swimming and rescue and all that, if somebody is drowning and you want to rescue them, you don't just swim to them and want to carry them as if it's a baby. Because a grown man, if he kicks you, you too, you will drown. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. Somebody who is struggling and throwing his hand and feet, and then you just go there. They jab you once. You are the one that will need rescue. Yeah. And that's how it happens in life. So most of the time you go behind. That's what is taught. That you go behind. I know some people here know what I'm talking about. You go behind. You are careful about how you approach a struggling person, somebody who's struggling for life. And when people come into a relationship struggling for their life, struggling, for oxygen, for water, for all that, if you approach them anyhow, you may be the damaged person at the end of the day. Yeah, and that's why we're saying that my spouse will not necessarily be the one to make me whole. Jesus died so that I can be whole. And I need to take responsibility to embrace what Christ has done, what God has done. So it's not only that everything will not disappear, every bad thing will not disappear. My spouse is not necessarily there to make me whole. My spouse is one of the helpers of my joy, a principal one for that matter, to help me. But will I calm down and receive the help or not is an issue. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. Because some people are in that mode all the time of fighting for their life. And when you're fighting for your life all the time, even if an angel comes, the angel may be frustrated.